What's going on, people? Welcome back to the United Quad episode 6. We are here, man. We are here. Obviously, last time was in person. It's going to be for special occasions because, bro, you get me? And there was a lot of good feedback on it. I can't lie to you, man. The chemistry was chemistrying. You know what I mean? The man that were really, really on top form, man. So big up to everyone who was showing love. You get me? On all platforms. You get me? Obviously, audio as well. Spotify, Amazon Music, and obviously here on the channels, and obviously everyone's channels as well. We're all doing content. Follow everyone's channels, follow everyone's journeys. That's what it's about, man. Growth for everyone, people. So big up to everyone locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, and also hype the video, man. There's a new little YouTube thing now where you hype the video, man. You get it, man. I know there's a lot of hype about Man United right now, but just give us a few hype points and whatnot. But yeah, man, what we're saying, man. We predicted a lot of things, man. You know what I mean? We got a bit too, you know what they say? We got a bit too giddy. We got a bit too giddy. And we got a bit too giddy. Because, brother, they say, back to life. Back to reality.
It's not right.
Obviously, that would happen in the car park and that. But, you know what I mean?
We got to talk about that.
She made you good, though.
Yeah, the atmosphere is good.
Enjoy the atmosphere, man.
You know what it is, man?
Being
race-baited online, is one thing, innit? But imagine like doing it in real life, bro. And the maddest thing is, I recorded in a different spot, man. So I didn't record in my normal spot. The cheek cover to stand in my spot where I normally film, and then to say, just enjoy the atmosphere.
I hear it though.
You
got to find the positives, man.
Hey, so you with her? Are you
I never said that. But sometimes you got to treat it like, bro, rather than it being a football match, it's just an event. You get me? It's just an outing. It's a motive. It's a motive. That's what it is. Football's become a motive. For me, anyway, I watch football games as a motive. I don't really have no emotional connection to it.
Brother,
she knew what she was doing, man.
That's why your all-time United draft was like that.
That was good, though.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, I see the comments. I can't lie. But yeah,
I won fourth place.
Real talk, though, man. I didn't come. I hear it's the theatre of dreams, so maybe I see where she's coming from. But brother, it was a theatre of nightmares that night, bro. You get me? So you know what I mean? It wasn't the right occasion for it, bro. Like that's what I'm having to deal with, man. I've got the players against me. I've got the manager against me. I didn't expect the fans to be against me. You feel me? Like, especially when you come out the ground. On Twitter, you can have a discourse. People could be looking for clicks, everything. Yeah. Not out the ground. Come on, man. Come on.
Now, you know what it is? I think for her, it was like I think she wasn't like a diehard Man United. I think for her, she was like, it was like going to a Coldplay concert for her. She just went for the vibes. So you get me? She just went.
That's what I'm saying.
She was a bit confused. She just saw a Somali brother just shouting in the car park. She's thinking, brother,
she thought he was a tourist.
If you look at it from her perspective is like, what's going on?
Yeah. Nah, she thought Saeed was a newcomer there. So she's like, bro, just enjoy it, man. You're only here. Like, this is your first United game. Just enjoy it, man.
Oh, man. Well, my head was hot, man. Normally I'll chill out and I'll do it in a way where it's. I didn't even tell like Mama to record me. I just went straight. I said, "Yo."
Normally you're chill, yeah.
Yeah, Saeed's normally he's very relaxed.
I would at least like present it a little bit better, bro. Wallahi, I'm not lying to you. That might be the most angriest I've ever been, bro. Because it's one of the most. That is worse than. I'm never gonna say it's 7-0 because it's 7-0. Yeah, it happened bang against Liverpool. This is Everton Football Club who haven't beaten us in 10 years with 10 men that we have created history by the way. That's why it's like I lost it, and I was like, obviously that compounded what she said, but it's like. Bro, I didn't expect this. We didn't, because we were all talking 12 out of 15. You know what I mean? But we were getting a bit too mad.
Not all.
I think you said 10.
Yeah.
You said 10?
I said 9. I said 9, brother.
No, you didn't say 9.
You said 15.
Who said 15? Saeed said we're going another 5 undefeated.
I said it would be unbelievable. We did. It would be a sensation. And I said, I wouldn't have a go at Amorim. This is why I will never be an Amorim supporter, because he will never, ever prove me wrong. How about that? I'm saying it live in the 4K, bro.
Wow.
No, because it's true, bro. I give the guy ample
Nice to have you back. Nice to have you back, Saeed. Nice to have you back, bro.
No, but real talk, man. I just think, like, you can go and prove me wrong. and then you don't. Like, his man just slapped himself in the face on goal. Like, bro, start off this unbeaten run with a bit of energy, yeah, bit of chest. And you know what, yeah? I can't say anything. You know me, I can be critical, but I cannot say anything if you go on an unbeaten run. It can still happen, but now if we don't win against Crystal Palace, which we'll talk about, it's now no wins in 4. And then all of a sudden, the run looks a bit, you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Like, that's why it was.
It's true.
That's the one I was looking at as well, the Everton one at home, and I was like rubbing my hands together. I'm thinking, this is the chance where we really build momentum. I'm not gonna lie, if you told me that we would have 10 men, I'd still say we'd beat them. The fact they had 10 men after 10 minutes and we lost, not even draw, we lost. That's when I really looked at it and I said, boys, what are we doing here, man? Like, you can't. That's what I'm trying to say. This season, I'm not trying to go too extreme either side. I'm just trying to stay somewhere in the middle as much as I can.
I hear you.
It's gonna get like this, bro. We're gonna think, oh, we went 3 on the bounce, 3 wins in a row. We snatched 2 late draws. We done this, we done that. There's some positives, and then you come back from an international break where you're thinking, okay, maybe we spend a bit more time tactically, maybe we spend a bit more time with the players, and then at home where you've been good this season, where Everton haven't been that great, where you can take advantage, you lose 1-0, and it just, bro, you can't tell me that's the same team I was watching 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. It was night and day. It was like, I saw nothing. I saw absolutely like a complete contrast, and that's why I'm just like, bro, I can't trust this team. I can't trust the whole thing at the moment. So I'm just trying to stay somewhere in the middle. I'm just trying to not get too emotionally attached.
That's damning, bro. Like, but we were meant to be emotionally attached.
Of course, bro. Of course. To look after your own sanity. Yeah, bro. You can't.
I hear you in a sense of like, yo, you expect it, but then that becomes a situation of then when are you supposed to like demand from this team? When are you supposed to demand from the manager? I hear you into the point where it will be to get top 5, yeah, man. It's gonna be up and down. You're not gonna be Arsenal and Chelsea or whoever's at the top that are gonna have to be consistent to win the title. But at the same time, though, there's not demanding a 4-0 against Everton at home. Then there's breaking down a 10-men Everton for 75 minutes plus. That's where I'm like, yo, there's a fine line though, man, between, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to get your boys' perspective on this as well, yeah? Because I'll be honest, I was at Baller League that night. I didn't watch the game, and
they got STS.
Big up STS. And I spoke to Abs as well. And obviously he said he's going to rewatch the game. But having known, because I was in the booth, I'm watching one eye on the game. I said, wallahi, I'm not putting myself through that again. So I didn't watch the full game back. I just watched the highlights. When a team goes down to 10 men, we know they sit back, they become narrow, they force us out wide, right? When they're forcing us, and we've seen this time and time again at Old Trafford, where we've struggled to play against a low block or a mid block, and this is something that I'll get onto later. But on this game specifically, because I didn't watch it, on this game specifically, when we're crossing the ball in and we're hoping for something to stick, what's the other option? What should we have done differently in that game to force something else? Because, bro, I'm not gonna lie. 10 men, Everton, they've got the lead, they're 1-0 up, they're going to defend, and they're going to force you out wide, and they're going to welcome crosses into the box because they've got 2 massive guys in centre-back who are just going to clear that ball every single time. So what should we have done?
And O'Brien at right-back, who's about 6'6" as well.
Yeah, could be an NBA player. So what should we have done differently? I've heard people say that Bruno apparently was collecting the ball off the centre-backs, and he should have been way higher up the pitch. What should have been different in that game?
You want to go, Liban?
I mean, yeah, floor's yours, man.
I didn't watch the game. I only watched the highlights, so I was at Baller League as well. So I can't say for certain. So if you watch the game, then you could.
He's gone now. You know.
The first thing I mentioned is on the players is ball speed. It's the fact that we were moving the ball so slowly after being against 10 men, and we know that we've watched football for so many years of our lives. We played football. If you're playing against a block, the simple principle is to move them side to side for gaps to open up. To answer your question, how do you break this team down? You don't actually always cross it. That's something it got to a point in that game where we were just crossing it for the sake of crossing it. There was so many crosses in that game that didn't make sense because that plays into the hands of Everton. The idea behind that, first of all, is ball speed. Second of all, is Euro, De Ligt, Shaw, Bruno, and Casemiro surrounded by Tierno Barry, one player. So there's one player and there's 5 players around him. 2 that's in front of him, 3 that's behind him, right? Then it comes down to the coach, because now you have to say, I can see there's only one player. The principle of football, I said this on my own YouTube channel as well. You only have to have a numerical superiority over the people at the back. If there's 3 attackers, have 4 defenders. 4 attackers, have 5 defenders. If there's one guy by himself, why is he surrounded by 5? It doesn't make sense. You have to commit numbers more to the attack. And then when you commit those numbers and you throw an extra midfielder in there or you throw an extra attacker in there, then you have so many people along that front line, you stretch Everton's defense. The midfielders can't run for 70 minutes for an extra man. Second of all, when you're off the ball, you press them man for man because then you have an extra player. You can still have a spare man while pressing them. Both of those two things we didn't do. The press thing has obviously got to do with the fact that Pickford's not going to go short anyway. He's going to go long. Every first ball, Tierno Barrio was winning. He was winning every single first ball in there. Second ball was going to an Everton player almost every single time, as if they had an extra player and we didn't. It comes down to horrible coaching and silly decisions by the players on the pitch in terms of how slowly they were moving the ball. But just in general, guys, I feel like I'm in a social experiment. I feel like the United squad is changing me. Every time I come on here, I hear Liban and I hear Hussein and I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm going mad. Maybe I'm going bad. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. And maybe there's progress and maybe there's an evolution. Guys, he's been here for 12 months. We've won 12 games in 90 minutes. We've won 12 games, 12 times in 12 months. 102 possible points in the Premier League. We've taken 34. How much of a clown club is this becoming, guys? How much do we have to just stand here and say something has to change? We look at Liverpool. They've lost 9 out of their last 12 games. We all saying, all of us are here watching, analyzing, saying something has to change. Where's the same standards for us? 12 wins in 12 months. 30% win rate for a Manchester United manager. I understand it's his first full season. Forget last season. This is just criminal, some of the things that we're seeing. Grimsby was criminal. Brentford was criminal. This is another crime. And this might be the worst one because he's coming out after this game and he's saying, it's my fault. And he's taking it out of you. You guys can't tell me his player's fault. The manager's telling me it's his fault. The manager's saying, this is my fault. I should teach them how to play in. You've been here 12 months. You didn't do any drills with a man less. 12 months he's been here as a coach. You couldn't do one time as a drill. This is what we do when there's a man down with the shape. This is what we change. Here's the approach. This is coaching, guys. International break, we came out. We had so many days to prepare for this game. Everton, this is the worst part is 11 v 11, Everton were better than us.
Yeah,
11 v 11, they were better than us in the first 10 minutes of the game. They were all over us. Ndiaye was skipping past people. Jack Grealish was creating chances. Barry was linking up play. They were better than us with 11 players. They had to go and smack themselves in the face to give them a less man advantage, and they still took 3 points away. It's the most embarrassing result I've seen in such a long time. It's the worst night I've watched. God knows why I put myself through it.
That's damning, man. I can't lie to you. 90 goals scored, 90 goals conceded. I mean, it's just. I think our points this time last year. I think there's only a slight difference in that. And for me, it's like not even looking at the points, guys. I feel like it's the way of playing, the identity in this Man United team, bro. I think that's the most concerning thing right now. Is that you've got a manager who's very, very stubborn in his idea, but he then does tell you, should he tell you or gaslights you that we are changing to a 4-3-3. We are changing to we're going maybe.
We watch these games. That's utter bollocks.
I know, but this is what he's telling us though. He's telling us he's changing. He's telling us we're getting better. And I feel like, bro, that's a slap in the face to every Man United fan that's watching the game. Whether you're watching at 4 a.m, whether you're watching it in the ground, whether you're watching it anywhere you are, it's a slap in the face because it's like we're not seeing systemic improvements within the team, bro. We're not, and that's the most concerning. Not to change it, bro. This stubbornness, though, Liban, yeah. Do you think he's gonna loosen up, or do you think his stubbornness is gonna be his downfall, or like you said, does he adapt? Does he change? What are you saying, bro?
I think he has shown a little adaptations here and there. He's shown that when he's made those adaptations, it's worked. But it's how often can you make those adaptations and how consistent can you be with it? I feel like my biggest issue isn't even that, bro. My concern is why is it whenever we play teams that were better than we look off it? Why is it that we have to wait to be the underdogs to put in performances? I don't understand that, bro. I look at the performance against Liverpool. I look at Brighton. I look at Arsenal first game of the season. Why can we not just play like that? Week out. Why do we have to go into games feeling like we need to prove a point or feeling like, we have to, step up our game in order to perform like that? We should be performing like that week in, week out, regardless of who the opposition is. Do you know what I mean? That's the frustrating part. And I've started to realize now that maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe there's a culture issue at the club because every time Man United get the opportunity to traject, to turn a leaf, to propel, we just throw it in the bin. And this is not even just Amorim.
We need to have this conversation though. Now, Libena, I'm going to stop you there, bro.
Go on.
Time we have a loss, we go back to culture. But then when we win it,
no. I'm not talking about in that sense. I'm talking about in the sense that, like, my thing is this: we had an opportunity on Monday at home against Everton. We win, we go into fourth.
I know.
The other team made it a handicap match. They said we'll make it a handicap match. You have the advantage. You play 80 minutes with an extra man. You know, here it's almost like they're giving us. You know what I mean? They're giving it to us in our hands. They're saying, "Here, have it, take it," and we still drop it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The frustrating thing for me anyway is we get presented with an opportunity, a golden opportunity, yeah, where we're playing against a team for majority of the game with 10 men. We win that game, we go into fourth, and we still can't capitalize on that. That's a big issue, bro. That is a big, for me, it's almost like I have to laugh just to avoid getting angry at this point. It's like, I look at this Premier League, bro. If you look at the league, bro, the league is probably the weakest it's ever been. Aston Villa, didn't win their first few games. Look where they are on the table, bro. Liverpool are how far down in the table? You got Chelsea sitting in second.
We're level of
but look, but hear this though. Chelsea are sitting in second. Chelsea. I'm not even trying to. It's not even a disrespecting to Chelsea. I'm just saying, if you said at the start of the season, at this point in the season, Chelsea were going to be second, sitting behind Arsenal, going into this weekend. If they win, they're only 3 points behind. If you said that to me early in the season, I'll say you're crazy, man. But you know, I credit Chelsea because they're taking the opportunities that have come to them. They're getting the results, whether they're playing good or not.
What are you trying to say then? What, like, beyond, like,
my thing is,
answer your question. No, you've answered your question.
My thing is, I've started to think there's a cultural problem because this pattern was there with Ten Hag. Hold on. Hear what I'm saying. I'm talking about the manager. Listen, I'm saying. Hear this though.
Bro, I'm telling you, wallahi, you've answered your question. You said Chelsea, what's going on over there? You said Aston Villa, what's going on over there? I'm sorry, it's not a case of cultural problem. They've just got a better manager than us.
No, they do. Hold on. Both things can be true. That's my thing. Look, I'll get onto the manager, but what I'm trying to say is, bro, I've seen these situations under Ten Hag. I've seen these situations under Oli.
I agree.
I've seen it whenever we've had opportunities where we're like, we have to win this game. This game will take us to this position, or this game will take us further. We always fumble it, bro. Why is it? That. It's a pattern now.
But also to add to that, because I was thinking of this, Wallah, and I was going to bring it to the pod as well, because another thing that we've done historically under Ten Hag for sure, Oli for sure, but even if you want to go as far back as Van Gaal, bro. But let's focus on Oli and Ten Hag. When we've been the underdog, when we've been backs against the wall, when it's had to be transitional football, where we're going to see less of the ball, that suits us, right? For some reason, under Oli, we couldn't take the game to the opponent. When the opponent said, you know what, you have the ball, you create something, we couldn't do it. But on the counter attack, we were great, right? Ten Hag comes in, the guy who's meant to improve that, the guy who's meant to, all right, we're meant to get 70% possession, break teams down, win 4-0. Let's do this. Ten Hag's here, he's great. He came in and said, these guys cannot play that way. I can't do it. And Ten Hag turned into a transitional manager. Now Amorim has come in and we see the exact same thing again, where when we're backs against the wall, I genuinely do not get scared of City. I don't get scared of Liverpool games. I don't get scared of Chelsea games. The same way I get scared of Fulham, the same way I get scared of Everton, the same way I get scared of flipping Bournemouth. All these teams that we're meant to take the game to are the teams that I'm always like, this is where it goes tits up. And I was like,
wasn't Amorim the front foot manager in Portugal? He was in a big club.
But Abs, the thing is, we're not denying that. We're saying
I'm adding to that.
What we're trying to say is there's an underlying pattern that is happening across all these managers, even Ruben Amorim included, where it's like, we're playing against teams that we're expected to be dominant. We're expected to be on the front foot. We all said in the last episode, we need to see control. We need to be on the front foot. We need to see some element of us dominating the game. But every time we're meant to be doing that, we fail time after again. And it's not something that is happening just under Amorim. It happened under Oli. It happened under Ten Hag. What is going on at the club? That's what I need to understand. What is the deep underlying issue? What's going on?
I'm saying they're looking at a deep underlying issue that we can't measure. Just feels like something that we can point at all the time. It's like, okay, when things are going wrong, it's like, okay, cool. Let's just say it's the culture, and then it doesn't. I agree. I don't actually have the answer to your question. I don't know why this keeps happening. But the only logical answer is you change things until it happens. Like, why are we so against the fact that it didn't work under Oli? It didn't work. I love Oli to death. Maybe these managers just aren't good enough. Maybe Oli wasn't good enough. Maybe Ten Hag wasn't good enough. Maybe Amorim wasn't good enough. Out of all of those managers, the one Ten Hag included, you expect them to come in from being the front foot team in whenever you came from. Is why we brought you in. That's such a big, and it's a big thing that I think about when I think about the candidates to replace Amorim. It has to be someone that is used to playing a style of football where you are the A side. Man United should be the A side. I was having a conversation on Twitter just today with Alex, the Arsenal fan, and he's talking about how maybe we need to get rid of this standard that Manchester United should be the one that controls games. Absolutely not. We shouldn't get rid of it. This is the standard that has to be set. No matter what point United are in, we should be the A side. And
that limits the managers as well, by the way.
Say again.
So like Iriola, Eddie Howe, all of that.
All of them.
We can't go for them.
It is question marks on all of them for sure. What I do know is that they might do better than 12 wins in 12 months. They might do better than 30%.
Potentially, but whether they make us an A side, whether they make us an A side or not.
That has to be a prerequisite. It has to be a condition on every single manager that we look at going to replace this manager, because he won't be the answer to this. This culture issue that you're talking about, Amorim won't solve. And this idea, this concept that we have to go further into depths that we haven't gone before for us to rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Where is the proof of this?
We're not saying that. We're not saying that, though. But what I'm saying is both things can be true. We agree that Amorim has to take accountability for that loss against Everton. There's no way in hell you play back five against 10 men. We understand that. I don't think anyone's against that. But at the same time as us acknowledging Amorim's faults in that game, we need to also acknowledge why is it that when we're playing against smaller teams, and this is not just this season, this is not last season.
I'm saying it's a coaching issue. I'm saying a better coach doesn't allow us to, because that's the question you asked is why when we are asked to be not the opposite of the underdogs, when we're supposed to be the inside, why does it not work? Because the coaches that we have had so far haven't been able to implement that, because it requires coaching. If a manager asks his team to say, sit off these guys, let's see what they can do, and there isn't a solution for that, I look at the opposition manager and I say, can you do something better? Then you argue, is it got to do with player quality? We know more. We had better quality than Everton, 10v11 on the football pitch. And then it comes down to profiling. Bruno Fernandes for me was at fault for that first goal. I'm a big Bruno fan. Bruno overpressed. The second ball was lost. Had an opportunity to win it. Didn't win that ball. But why is Bruno Fernandes playing in a double six? Why is he playing in that position? And I don't want to move away from the point that you're making about the culture issue and being the A side. For me, it's a coaching issue. And a coach has to come in and change cultures of clubs. Top coaches have done that. You look at Arsenal. Their coach has done that. And you can't compare him to someone like Amorim, because Amorim doesn't deserve that same level of comparison. Pep Guardiola had to come and change the mentality that Man City even had. And he came and had to do that. Jurgen Klopp is a big one. Had to come in and change the culture of the club. The culture of the club is decided, but there could be other points. There are other factors. And to those questions, I don't necessarily have the answer. But one thing I do know is that you bring in a coach and they can change the culture if they're good enough.
But the thing is, though, like, this manager's brought a culture of suffering. Let's be honest. Like, we got even Amad Diallo on Instagram saying, suffer is the key to this. I'm like, brother, what's going on here, man? Real talk, man. Amad Diallo is there posting. I'm like, has he like indoctrinated everyone? Has he like set a culture of like, you've got to suffer to really be something in life? That's
the point what I meant with the phoenix from the ashes. I feel like he's telling us we have to go below depths we've ever been before. Man. Who brought this idea to football? Who said that we have to suffer so much for us to come back? And maybe
it's because of fans that expect you're always high and there's never lows. And I hear it. There are highs and lows.
I agree. But
I think he came into the club and saw potentially things that we know 100%. There's problems there that we don't know, right? That we're not privy to, that we don't know about the culture, about the players, about even it goes further to the ownership, whatever. I think when he came in and he saw that, he said, "Listen, we're going to suffer." Because I look back and I see and that it's going to take patience, and there's going to be a lot of problems that we're going to have a bit of patience. Because I genuinely look back at that Ten Hag interview and I can't get it out of my head, bro. Because if Amorim is a coach now at Manchester United and he's getting the results he's getting, and Abs, you're like, okay, cool, we need to replace him. We need a coach that needs to be the A side. That's fine. Any person that's saying that we need to replace Amorim, I can't say anything to you because you've got a bunch of evidence to go off that, and everyone's obviously entitled to their own opinions or whatever and their own outlook. But a front runner to that would be a coach that's playing progressive football, that's playing really good football, that's had a very deep Champions League run with a Dutch team, with Ajax, right? That would be a front runner. That would be someone that you'd potentially look at in Ten Hag. When he came here and he said, I cannot play the Ajax system. I don't expect the Ajax system here. Don't expect
You're not a good enough coach. You're not a good enough coach.
But is it? But okay, if it's
also,
across
for him,
three
it's
coaches,
talent idea as well. His thing was talent idea as well.
Agreed. If it's across three coaches, is it the coach? And if so, then we're just going to keep hiring, missing.
I don't mind if you give me an alternative. If it's not the coach, what is it, Hussein?
No, but okay, this is my thing as well. Wait, sorry. This is my thing as well. This is something I wanted to bring forward as well, because it's something I've thought about for a long time. But if you look at our leadership group within the changing room, it's a battered and bruised leadership group, bro. Our leadership group consists of the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire. For example, those three are always mentioned. Always mentioned. They're the leadership group. The same three that have been involved in a 7-0 defeat to Liverpool. Under Solskjaer, we were getting humiliated by Tottenham. We were getting humiliated by Watford. Even Everton beat us by 4 goals or whatever it was. These guys have taken the club and shown us some of our lowest moments in 20 plus years. Since I've been supporting Man United, a lot of the lowest moments have happened with these guys in the team. It's like going to war and your general is all battered and bruised. You're going to say, bro, I'm not fighting with you. Who the hell are you, bro? Do you get it? So when I'm looking at our leadership group,
really the general? Who's really the general, though, of these armies? Who's really the general? Of these teams, you say it's the leadership team. You can say
the leadership. No, all of them combined. Dash the manager in there. I don't care, but all of them combined.
Cool. Okay, so let's say Bruno, for example. We all accept maybe Saeed a bit less, but he's a quality footballer. He's good at football, right? We can accept that. I'm saying if we look at someone like Bruno Fernandes, who every time he's not wearing the Manchester United shirt, looks like one of the best midfielders in the world. I don't think anyone can deny that when he's wearing a Portugal shirt and there's quality around him, we're not questioning his leadership skills then. I look at the context of the situation surrounding these players right now. Maguire is another player that if he went to Pep would have been profiled probably better. I think we can say probably he would have been profiled better and looked all right. Dalot, who, oh my God, I don't despise players.
That's obligado tax. We're going to allow that.
But even still, he's a player that we've seen play well in the Manchester United shirt when profiled as a right back and not a left winger, for example. So it's like these players, I can hear their leadership issues and I can hear that they lack leadership in a squad, no doubt. But then it comes down to who's leading the leaders. Is the right person leading these leaders? Is the right person saying, okay, this leadership group isn't the right one. Let's move these guys on. Let's bring in some better leaders into the squad. If that is to be fair to you, you've answered the question in terms of something tangible. You're saying it's the players. I don't mind that. I'm saying players can change, no doubt. Players can be improved upon. We have only started to get better at that recently. And our recruitment is a very...
You can't get rid of 11 players, though. You can't get rid of 11 players. That's the situation. The sad reality is, guys.
But that's the problem, though. That's what you said. You hit it on the head. You hit that on the right.
So why do you get rid of Bruno Fernandes when you needed to then? Why were you getting rid of players when you needed to then?
No, but this is the thing, though. Like, we're trying to... I feel like we're trying to do too many things at once. We're trying to address too many things at once. And we're trying to, fix all the problems in one go. I think what I'm with Hussein and what he's saying, and I understand where Abs is coming from in terms of his frustrations with the manager. I think everything can be true at one given, at one time.
I agree.
My thing is, with what Hussein is saying, we like Oli, like Amorim, like Ten Hag. All these managers, especially Ten Hag and Amorim, these were managers that were on the front foot at their previous clubs. They were dominating games, they were dominating possession, and their teams were playing good football. They've come to Man United and said, hold on a second. Yes, we're going to have to change things. I can't play the way I'm playing. Just to come to your question, Abs, I know where you stand with the manager, and I know your solution would be to get rid of the manager and bring somebody else that will bring in a better idea, better philosophy, that will make Man United the A side. But let's just say, for example, hypothetically speaking, we got Areola in, or we got Oliver Glasner in. Any of these managers, that dominate, currently they play good football. They in games, they dominate possession, they play well. They come in now. Imagine, because we get rid of Amra, they come in now and they say the same thing. I can't play my football. We need to be transition football team. There's a lot of ring alarm bells. Well, then I want to see you. Okay.
Brother, when like I understand.
No, but I don't understand that. Saeed is sick. You know you're sick. No, because my thing is this. Do you not understand it? No, but do you not understand this though? Let's say Guardiola. So let's say Guardiola just wanted to spice up his managerial career. Said, I want to take Man United.
Guardiola's different.
Comes to Man United. No, I'd say he comes to Man United and he says, I can't play the way I was playing at Man City. I'm going to do transitional football.
Yeah.
What do you say then?
But the thing is, with Guardiola, he has actual a history behind him.
No, but I'm just saying the pattern, though. I'm not trying to look at the pattern of what's going on. I'm saying if imagine a next manager comes in.
Very hypothetical pattern where at least the other managers, they haven't shown it in the Premier League. They haven't understood. They haven't done what Guardiola's done. So there would be a grace period to understand that why is Guardiola doing it and why. Doesn't mean that we wouldn't want him out, but I'm saying like you would be a bit more understanding. I want to be like, just get out of the football club. But the others, it is sack until you get it right. My question is though, are we trying to think we're different football club guys? That's what I want to know. Like when it gets hard and when it gets very, very tough, my understanding is we give patience, but like you have to buy into something. I'm telling you now, if this manager played, I don't know what style of formation, but we got better results and there was a bit more understanding. I told you already, I wouldn't be Amorim out. But because I don't see it and I don't see it consistently, and I can't really blame the culture because the players we've got now, they're not bad players. This squad can get top 5. If another manager came in now, Liban, and got us into top 5, nobody would be talking about Ruben Amorim. And that's why it makes me so mad. Is that we get a manager that shows us something different, gets us to where we need to be. Yeah, cool. Until what point, I think where Hossein might be coming from, in a year, 2 years' time, we'd be back in the same situation. But then I'm thinking, let's get to that situation where we need to. Because right now, there is no long-term future. There is no short-term future. I'm telling you now. Like, Omar Barada's telling us we're going to win the league in 2028. But are we kidding ourselves? We're going to win the league? Are we?
No,
I don't know what long-term... I'm just, in my mind, I'm thinking, sack until you get it right. Because I just don't know. I don't trust INEOS and I don't trust the Glazers, if I'm being honest with you.
We grew up on Sir Alex Ferguson, Saeed, and I think that's probably been one of the things that has hurt us the most in our post-Fergie era, where, like, I understand some standards of Manchester United should be kept. Like, Man United should, like we were talking about just now, should be the A side, should be a team that controls games, should be a team that takes games to lesser teams. But this idea of wanting a dynasty manager, football has changed.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Pep Guardiola, right now we have to give him credit. Unless your name is Mikel Arteta, unless your name is Jurgen Klopp, you don't deserve that time. And if there is a list of managers who don't deserve that time, number 1 should be Ruben Amorim. Why? Because you've been given 12 months here. We have data on you now. And that's why there is no argument. There's no logical, rational argument to say why this manager should still be in his job. And the funniest part of all of this is we looked at these 5 games. Even I said Everton should be the one there, 100%. We should be getting like 3 points in that game.
Yeah.
Brother, the guy he got me. He even got me. Wallahi, the United, you boys, wallahi, when you guys talk to me, I just think sometimes, like, wallahi, after I finish the pod, I say, maybe I'm being too harsh, wallahi. Maybe I'm going a bit too mad. Maybe I need to calm down. Maybe it's my emotions talking. Liban raised some good points. Hussein raised some good points.
For real?
Nah, brothers, you man are just in deeper than I am. And I understand.
No, not really.
Not really. You guys are saying, I don't want to have to deal with this with another manager again. It just has to be done. It has to be done until they get it right.
It's not even that, though. It's not even that, though. It's not even that. Me and Hussein, if Amr got sacked today, I don't think me and Hussein would even blink. I'll be real. I don't think we'd blink. I don't think we're that invested. We're not, like Saeed said, he hasn't given us anything. So if Amr was to get sacked, me and Hussein we're not emotionally attached to him, so we wouldn't blink if he got sacked today. But
You're
we
saying
know
it's
the
more
reality.
issues in the club.
I'm saying it's more issues to the club, but also we understand the situation. They're not going to sack this guy.
I
agree. For me to every loss come on the podcast, SDS, United Quad, and just start ranting and say, get this manager out. It's not. I know that's nothing for me other than ruin my mental health. It's making me crazy.
But it's a big
you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Doesn't every conversation
then he does stuff like this.
Yeah, I know. But also though, doesn't every conversation lead back to the manager though? That's all I want to ask you.
No, you're right. No,
Yeah.
and this is why I don't get, and I said this to Abs multiple times. I don't get onto him for criticizing the manager because he has every right to. I even told him this in emergency meeting.
You criticize the players. You criticize the players, but tell me
I'm
a
saying-
player that's profiled correctly.
Yeah,
Tell me
let's
someone-
talk about the
No,
players.
I'm not. But no, listen. But I'm not saying it's one person. I'm not saying it's one aspect that we only should focus on. One. I'm saying this can be an issue. This can be an issue. This can be an issue, and this can
If
be
there
an
was
issue.
one-
All of these
if
things
there
can be an
was-
issue.
If there was one thing you could change, you could guarantee whose watch is going off again.
Liban
This is
C4 again, man.
That's mad. That's
That one's your
Yeah,
that's me.
It was his last time, but he denied it. But cool.
He
Anyway.
denied it last time. He denied it.
Man, was it rigging last
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
bro? Was it
yeah,
rigging last time?
I was
Yeah,
looking around like a
it wasn't.
madman.
No. It wasn't rigging though. It wasn't rigging.
If there was one thing that you could change that you could guarantee would bang, what would it be?
No, the easiest solution is get rid of the manager. That's the easiest
No, but
solution.
you say
If
that.
I want,
That you could change that guarantees
yeah.
that it bangs, what would it be?
But you say that you don't know.
getting rid of the manager. 100%.
You know the reason. Wait,
But yeah,
what
Go on.
I was gonna say is the only reason I'm not so adamant on get this guy, because in the past when I've said get the manager, it's because I know you're gonna get me someone else in, and potentially it's gonna go a bit better. I don't know if it's gonna be better, bro, because I looked at Thomas Frank as someone in the summer where I was like, oh, he could be a good replacement.
Can it be worse than this?
No, but whether it's worse or not, Abs, if it's the same or if it's not a huge improvement, and if it's not getting me top four, I don't care. Like, my thing is, I've seen this happen multiple times. I've seen us sack the manager. It gets better a little bit, then it goes down again. We're in crisis. Sack the manager, it gets better, crisis. My thing is, I just want to break the cycle a little bit, and I know the ownership aren't going to sack him. So let's just see what happens.
Exactly.
That's where my
probability of
also,
I don't know, bro. You bring in Eddie Howe, I don't know if it's going to get better. Iriola, I don't know if it's going to get better. Glasner, I don't know, bro. Being a Manchester United manager requires so many things, bro.
Mando, I can say, wallahi, you bring Gaffer Mass, wallahi, will look better. But this is reality, because he's saying, because I'm saying no 100%, because no I'm just saying, hear this, I'm just saying, what's the solution? Of course, getting rid of the manager is easier than getting rid of an entire squad.
It is.
Right? So the easiest solution will always be get rid of the manager. I'm not denying that. And if you talk about fixes, it's easy to fix this team because any manager, Sean Dyche said in an interview, all I need to do is come in, I can just put a 4-3-3 and I'm going to get results. 100% we'll see improvements with another manager.
So why is everyone overcomplicating them?
Because what Hussein is saying is true. Long-term wise, can we see this?
What is long-term?
We see something long-term.
What is long-term?
My thing, no, but Saeed, my thing is, I'm not willing. There's no point getting a new manager if the vision for that new manager is simply short-term. If we're saying get a manager in just to fix up our short-term problems and then that's it.
But I think United
want to bring in a manager.
Okay, what's the alternative long-term with Amorim? What's the alternative?
I'm not saying this is long. Look, you're missing the point completely.
What do you mean? Sorry, can you expand? What do you mean?
Let's say so cool. You're obviously saying let's not break the cycle. Let's see rather than change. What does that long term with that road? Let's say we all accepted that path now. Let's see what that road looks down. What would you predict that road looks like? I
mean, you mentioned dynasties, and you said we Pep Guardiola. Unless you're Pep Guardiola, unless you're Klopp, unless you're Arteta.
Yeah.
You've named 3 managers for 3 of our rivals who have hired a manager in the past 10 years or so and had a little dynasty. I don't see why we can't be in the same position. Like, it's not as far-fetched. You even see Aston Villa now with Emery looking to build a dynasty. They want him to be their Sir Alex. I think long-term managers and long-term planning are coming back into football. Whereas in the past 10 years, potentially, it was just chop and change. I think now even Chelsea, bro, who are historically chop and change, I think even they're
Newcastle as well.
They're planning a lot more long-term. So I think the ownership, I'm talking from the ownership's point of view, I think they want to get their man in. They want to back their man. They want to mold this football club to this guy. They clearly believe in this guy, and then we see results. I don't know if it's going to work. But that's the thinking.
What's the evidence you've seen in the last 12 months? What do you think it suggests to be long-term with Amorim?
What do you mean?
After like, 12 months, look like? Let's say that we've had a meeting now. You're the owner. 12-month report has come in now from Ruben Amorim. What do you think the next?
Hey.
Oh.
There's no way.
No way.
No way. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen.
The focal.
You're there. That's a good transition. You're there, bro. Come
on.
You
can get rid of me.
That's a big moment, man.
Ask your question, man. Ask your question.
That's it, bro. See, Amorim's alive, man.
Hey, man.
That's it, bro.
INEOS nearly got me, man. They said, hey,
who's in the league?
They nearly got
They
me.
almost had you there. Almost had you there still.
12-month report, Hussein. You're the owner of Manchester United. 12-month report has come back with Ruben Amorim. You're sitting down in the room with him. What does the next 36 months look like?
Brother, you need to tell me exactly who does not fit your system. I don't care if they're Portuguese. I don't care if they're part of your leadership group. I don't care what it is. Who is stopping you from playing your style of football? You get them gone in the summer. You tell us exactly who you need to bring in. You tell us what's wrong with the culture, what's everything. If I get the sense that Ratcliffe, Barada, all these men, they absolutely believe in this man 100%. Whatever he's whispered to them, whatever he's spoken to them, they believe. And obviously, we haven't. What's he done was first in their first. Whatever he said to them, whatever he sold them, they 100% believe in. So yeah, bro, I think he's giving them the plan. I think he's already given them the plan of what his team looks like, and they're just like, you know what, we're gonna back it for the next 2-3 years, and let's see what happens.
Saeed, what's your solution?
I think for me, listen, I'm one of them. I just say sack until you get it right. But I do like feel like we're not looking at INEOS enough, man. I can't lie to you, man. As much as we love to bash Amorim, it's the guys above, man. What's their?
I agree. Wallahi, they're getting away with a lot, bro.
Because
they're getting away with a lot.
Getting away with it. Like, I think for me,
lie.
in terms of recruitment, they've done well. But I'm just like, where's their ambitions? Like, where do they think? Do they want United just to get European football, which means Conference League or Europa League? Is it a case of like Champions League is a must? I really want to know, like, what is their ambition this year? Is it because we finished 15th last year? Top 10 finish isn't bad. A top 8 finish isn't bad.
Barada told you 2028 title.
I know, that's what I'm trying to say. But then, you know what I mean? Jason Wilcox came out, did an interview, or was it last week or a week ago before that? Like, I really want to know, like, what do they put out there? It's okay, Amorim. Don't worry, you've dropped points, but we're all good. It's not the end of the world. Like, it could be that, you know, they might phone him because he always says, like, Jim Ratcliffe always texts him and that. So they could be like, oh, don't worry, man, we'll go again next game. Because this is what with United, like, as much as last season was like loss, we haven't had loss this season. We've had loss, win, draw, win, loss, win. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not as detrimental.
Yeah.
So
it's inconsistent.
It's inconsistent. That's it. But then if that's inconsistency in the second season, that's where it becomes like, come on now, man. Especially when Liverpool are so bad. Especially when Man City aren't as strong as what they are. Chelsea, you say, they're in a title race, but they could be 9 points behind Arsenal come the weekend. So, you know what I mean? We're all on the same boat then. If Chelsea are 9 points behind Arsenal, then I'm sorry, we're on the same boat in a sense of like, no one's catching Arsenal then. So then it becomes a case of you have really no excuses, to be getting with one game a week. INEOS have got to demand more. And that's where I'm like, you know, like, what do you do then? You know?
Can I ask you guys something? Because obviously there's been rumors of the of UAE potentially consortium or something trying to take over. And I know, bro, you already know with the Arabs, it's Amorim's not getting a chance. He's gonna get sacked, and they're just gonna fire and hire until they get it right, because they demand success straight away from the get-go, right? But when you look at the PSG project, do you think what they did, the Qataris, when they took over PSG, do you think they were successful, or do you look at it as mismanagement? And the reason I ask it is because when did they take over? Like 2011? From 2011 or 2012, whenever it was, onwards, they were spending money every single year. They were firing managers and hiring managers left, right, and center, but it still took them. Let's forget the Ligue 1, right? Let's forget the French league. The main goal for them was the Champions League. It still took them about 15 years to reach the promised land. Once they went back and around 2020 or something, and they changed their strategy a little bit. I don't know if, like, what I'm trying to say there is, like, clearly they saw that the fire and hire didn't get them to the promised land. Then they thought, you know what? Let's think more long term. So, do you trust an
Luis
INEOS?
Enrique, though.
Luis Enrique plus what's his name? Campos, whatever.
Campos,
yeah. So, do you trust a more hire and fight until you get it right, or do you trust more like, all right, it's gonna suck now, it's gonna be horrible now, but long term, that's where we're more thinking. Whether they get it right or wrong, we don't know.
I'll go first and say, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't really trust both. If I'm being honest with you, even though for my own sake, I just want to get rid of Amorim anyway. I'm just sick of him being there. I just can't stand him, bro. If I'm being really honest with you. But and then again, I do think on the bigger picture is I don't really trust INEOS. They got Omar Barada, who, according to the Athletic report, was in the bottom of their list. Ruben Amorim. It wasn't even their first choice, by the way. The appointment that they've made was detrimental. Look at where we are now, 15th. So I can't really trust them to now pick the next guy. And what do you then go for? Do you go with a manager who's very pragmatic? You go with a manager who plays a different system? How do you then go next? I don't trust them to get the next right appointment. I don't. So I'm not going to lie to you. They are going to be damned if they do, damned if they don't. But at the same time, they have shown for me, yes, it's their first appointment, but that has been a bad appointment, though. And I'm like, where do you then go next? Do you go for a guy that the fans will like just because you want to get them back on your side? Do you go for a guy who's very experienced, but there might be a bit kind of like set in his own ways? Like, what do you do then? Like, that's where I'm like, I don't know about INEOS, bro. I'll be honest with you.
We make more money than PSG. We make more money than most clubs in the world.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it looks like on how it looked like over there, the idea is you do it until you get it right. And then once you get that formula of getting it right, you spam that, bro. We're fans of football clubs, bro. Our joy comes in seeing our team lift titles. And I understand League One is completely different, but they made winning the league as a bottom barrel standard. I wish that was us in completely different contexts and in situations. But I wish that was us. And the Champions League was the thing that was the crowning achievement of us, of what the club ambition should be. So yes, you go until you find a coach that's competent, especially one that gives you more than 12 wins in 12 months, right? Especially someone that does like this idea that we just like, this is where we are right now. We are the team that won 12 times in 90 minutes over 12 months. And this is the standard. This is where we are now. Anything is better than this. And yes, do I believe the ownership get rid of him? No, I actually think they do what Hussein says. And I think that means that United are damned for a while. This is just the reality of what it looks like. What they should be doing is and to be fair, they've shown ruthlessness upstairs. If they felt Ashworth weren't good enough, they got him out 6 months later. And they've been able to find their carousel wheel and do their sack until you get it right upstairs. Yeah. And they've somewhat done that with the players as well, getting rid of Højlund only 2 seasons being at Man United, and Garnacho, which wasn't something you'd expect, and Rashford's out, and they've shown a level of ruthlessness with the squad. Have that. All I'm asking for is have that same mentality with your coaches, because they are the ones that decide where the ship is sailed the most.
But the fact that they haven't show something that they believe in him. Sorry, Liban, but the fact that they haven't does that not show that they've had conversations that have, whether it's right or wrong, but has led an inkling that, okay, he's the man that's going to get it right for us. Whether it's right or wrong, I'm just posing the question. Because like you've said, Abs, they've showed ruthlessness in Dan Ashworth when as soon as they saw signs that he wasn't the guy, they got rid of him. Onana, like you said, Højlund, Rashford, all these people where it's like they've been ruthless, credit to them. The fact that they haven't done it with the manager is it normal telling that how much they believe in the manager, that they've clearly got a project that they align on.
They are the real criminals in this situation, because they've looked at a 12-month report that came to them and put in front of them. They saw 12 wins and they said, "Yeah, I want some more of that."
The thing is, my only thing is, we said last couple of episodes that we know that this season won't be consistent. There will be ups and downs. There will be blips. I think we were all in acknowledgement. We were all in agreement with that, right? Right? No, we were.
Yeah, right? I agree. Yeah, but not. And so again. Then let me just cut you off before you say it.
Yeah,
but not to the level of Everton.
I agree. I agree. No. Give me the context of that game. That game's unacceptable, by the way. 100%. I'm with you. But my thing is still, at the end of the day, it's still a loss. Let's just look at it. When we're looking at the record in terms of results. No, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
My thing is, what I'm trying to say essentially is, bro, if you look at in terms of home losses, it's our second home loss of the season. Our fourth loss in total is our fourth loss, right? The reason why I'm trying to say this is I'm tired of every time there's a loss, we now go into this whole debate of what should we do with the manager. We know that the manager is not going anywhere. We know that unless we go through what Liverpool's going through and he goes on like a five loss streak. Then his job's not going to be on the line, because I think the club has accepted that this season is going to be ups and downs, inconsistencies. As long as we're not embarrassing ourselves in terms of the consecutive amount of losses, and we're not putting our season into jeopardy,
look at the way
the sky. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm saying that's the reality of what this season is going to be. I'm saying, do we just suck it up and just be like, okay, listen? I'm saying it's just that we suck it up.
We lost in the right manner. If we lost in the right manner,
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
That's a timeout.
That's not a timeout.
That's a timeout.
That's a
Timeout. He said it twice.
Hello, guys. My name is Levi LTN. I'm a Nas. Hello, my guy. My name is Levi.
Crazy, bro.
That's crazy, man. You know what I meant. And hey, come on, it has to be you got to do that with a time limit. How you do that after the game's done?
You were done.
That's crazy, man.
We've got Darren England.
That's the Bruno penalty against Brighton.
Yeah.
The game was done, and he put it back. That's crazy, man.
Not all losses are created equally.
Yeah.
And losses that show tactical stupidity, like that one there, are big alarm bells. I don't want to come here after every loss and talk about this manager again. I don't want to, because me, just like you, I know he's not going anywhere. It's a crime, and that's why INEOS are the biggest criminals. I know he's not going anywhere, but it needs to be an alarm bell for those people who are still so firmly up his ass that you are supporting someone that is a Nas. He's a big one as well. Big Nas. A game like that, big Nas, Nemo, is what that game is. Purely from a coaching perspective. So it needs to be emphasized, and you need to remind it, especially after all that time when all these wins were happening and the undefeated streak was happening, and they look at people like myself, maybe Saeed, Cams, for example, and like, oh, where's your talking now? What do you mean, where's your talking now? I still think he's a Nas, but he's a Nas that's getting results. That's why when I had a conversation with Hussein, and when we had the argument based on him saying this is showing Amorim's evolution, and I'm saying maybe it is just individual quality bailing him out. The inconsistency that we're going to see throughout the season gives me more data to suggest that it's just the good players that they brought in this summer. I remember I said on your channel as well, Liban, I almost didn't want him to get these good players. This sounds crazy because I'm a Man United fan. I want United to get better players. But for the long term, a manager like this getting players means that he's going to be bailed out when his Nasnimo doesn't overflow. And what we saw against Everton was the overflowing of stupidity. An overflowing of Nasnimo.
So let's move on. Obviously, we got Crystal Palace on the weekend.
Biggest game of his.
Hey, listen. By the way, they just lost.
Done. It's dark.
It's brilliant.
I know, man. I know it's dark, man. I can't lie to you. I'm gonna bring you some stats on this one. United haven't won there since 2020. I think Rashford. You remember Rashford's goal where he stopped and then he waited and banged.
He sent that's
nice. I like that. I like that goal.
No, you don't. You don't like that goal. Chill. You don't like that goal.
No, what do you mean? That's
not your guy. Stop putting him down, man.
That's
not your guy, man.
Nah, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? But yeah,
This is the best. I like
bro. But no, we haven't won there in over 5 years. Palace have just played Strasbourg. They've lost 2-1. They should be tired. They should be lacking energy, guys. You know what I mean? We should be fitter. We've had a week off.
12 o'clock as well.
12 o'clock as well. I mean, my worry is that what is our best team now, man? I'm kind of getting a bit tired, man, of like the same guys. Luke Shaw as well right now. I'm getting bored of him. Progressive passes are just so not. I don't know if does he even know how to progress a ball? Like, what's going on with him? Lenny Yoro, there's question marks about him, whether he can play at right side of centre back. I'm not going to lie to you. He looked very, very clumsy.
No question about him, brother. He's good
enough. Man. How are we feeling, man? Abs, I'll start with you, man. How are you feeling, bro, in terms of tactics? We're going to go against Glasgow, who plays the same system, but different interpretation of the system.
This is going to be the biggest game in Amorim's career so far, in my opinion, just due to the fact that, we forget last season, whatever happened and all this kind of stuff, and we say, here now is playing against a manager that plays the same system as you, but maybe with a bit more logic, right? Add that to the fact that it's a team that's going to say, fine, have possession, which they're going to do. They're going to sit in their block and they're going to be tough to beat. Even if they play at home, they're going to be tough to beat and they're going to try and pick us off in transition. And I fear it will be successful at times, at least in the game. They will have periods of momentum. United naturally will do based on the quality of player that we do have, but I just don't see a way I said the stat in the last United quad, the one that we did all together, the studio, where I said the stat that Umir posted, where it was United's difference in points per game when we have over 50% possession compared to when we have less than 50%. And we mentioned it all podcast so far. And that's why I said this next 5 games will be the biggest test of Amorim's career at Man United so far. Because when you are given the opportunity to control the game, it's strictly down to coaching now. Quality, of course, matters and player quality. But as much as we might want to bash this playing squad, this squad isn't as bad as people make out to be. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
When I look at the frailties of this squad, I look at where they're placed rather than the player themselves. Bruno Fernandes is a top midfielder. He's been asked to do something that he cannot do. As Saeed looks at the camera, but he's been asked to do things. He's been asked to do things that he shouldn't be being asked to do. Amad Diallo is being asked to defend the back post. Diogo Dalot is asked to be a left winger.
I believe it.
Patrick Dogon is asked to be a left winger. These guys are
crazy. That's crazy.
That's a crazy slander. That's a crazy slander.
That's crazy slander. Oh my god.
Patrick Dogon. I might have to start using that one.
Yeah, that one.
I like that one. That's a good one still.
That guy is one of them. I've said for the longest time, mid. 2 packs of mid is what he is.
Brother, I think left wing back is not his role though.
I think, I was going to say the same thing as he was saying.
Football his role? Is football his role then?
No. What you said for Dalot. What you said for
I saw 18 months of Dalot at right back, at least playing in the Premier League. He looked like he could play football.
But that's the thing though. Oh, you're talking about misprofile. He's a left back as well, though, I think.
That's another one your coach is misprofiling, yeah?
He's a running back.
That's Jelly, I think he is misprofiling. I think he's misprofiling.
That's running back, man. I've seen them.
Running back is crazy. Running back is mental. Running back is mental still.
I've seen them.
That's crazy.
Bro,
running back is that's mental.
From that position there, though, when he got
that's
he could have squared it. But how do you sky that, though? Like, the technique is so bad, bro.
Take a touch, man. That's what he needs to do. Take a touch.
But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, all of these players that I look at, like the players, the squad, the quality of the squad. I look at the weaknesses of it, and it's more about where they're played rather than the players. Mason Mount's a good footballer. Sorry, whether you guys agree or not. Cunha, a good footballer. And Mbeumo, a good footballer.
Can't lie, man.
Joshua Zirkzee didn't play. But just Joshua Zirkzee didn't play well against Everton. Joshua Zirkzee can play football. He can play football. Sorry, guys. Amad Diallo can play football. Bruno Fernandes can play football. Casemiro, subhanAllah, in 2025, can still somehow play football. These guys can play the game. But where they're being placed is just destroying them, brother.
Yeah. I mean, our build-up play is probably horrendous. What
build-up play?
Huh?
What build-up play?
I know that's what I'm trying to say. The lack of build-up play is so dark, man. You know what I mean? Our centre-backs are having the most touches, but again, do they get them to the forward line? It's very disjointed. And I don't know, man, how we get through Crystal Palace's lines, man. Defensively, they're very aggressive, you know? Even if they play Cunha and if they play Zirkzee, what do?
Well, brother, we're finished.
No, but real talk though, can we like just judge that? If Lacroix, Guéhi, and Richards are gonna eat them alive, they thingy alive, bro. Most defenders that they are one of the best three in the league, like together. When they're on it, bro. Aggressive. I'm just looking at myself. How do we get in between that? Munoz.
Now they got a good team. They got a very good team.
I'm just like
for that system, they got an incredible team. If we don't have Sesko or Cunha back, which do you guys know if we're gonna have them back or not? Have you?
Cunha will be back.
Cunha will be back apparently. Yeah.
But even Sesko. If I don't know, man, I looked at, like, obviously I didn't watch the game. I told you guys, but even from what I saw, we just looked flat. We were reduced to crosses against Everton. And if we're going to do the same thing against Crystal Palace, bro, it's going to be a very, very long day. I anticipate a very, very ugly match. I don't think it's going to be a good watch at all. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, man. If individual brilliance can get us through it, then hopefully, but I'm not expecting anything, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
And Mbeumo, man, it's him in it too. But I think Cunha needs to step up as well, man. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I need him to step up, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, Ahmad's going to be on that side. Mazraoui again. I don't want to wing back. Mazraoui at wing back is so bad. He can't.
What happened, man?
He can't.
But that's the thing. You know when like we don't have a Cunha, and then we move Ahmad to the 10.
Left 10.
And then we move Mazraoui. Just one player missing just messes everything up.
That's true.
No. Ahmad right wing back and Mbeumo right 10. We have seen it work throughout the whole season. No, Amorim doesn't want to see it anymore. No, I don't want to see it anymore. Bro, Mason Mount on the bench for you. Play him left 10.
Yeah, at least play him. Yeah.
Whether you rate him or not, use your brain.
Yeah.
Ahmad and Mbeumo together, they've been dovetailing, looking beautiful when they switch positions, man.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful to watch. And then all of a sudden, I don't want to see it no more. Play left 10. When has Ahmad played on the left hand side? I've never seen it in my life before. All of a sudden now he wants to start this bid'ah.
He scored his best goal ever though on the left hand side though. Against City. That ball
making a
over
run
the
from
top.
the right. Making a run from the right though. Making a run from the right hand
Yeah.
side.
Actually, you know that goal, I'll never forget that goal. Like, that goal.
Yeah.
But you know one image I can never get out of my head now. I don't know how it is for you, man. Every time I hear Selhurst Park, the referee cam Olise on Casemiro.
Oh,
You know, that visually is still in my head. Wallah,
I got the
every
message,
time
bro.
I hear it, every time I hear Selhurst Park, wallah, that image is in my head.
that was
Casemiro
when
ref
the football leaves you. That was a
Yeah.
moment right there. That was when.
No,
it
but
was
even
crazy,
do you remember the Matic goal?
Yes.
Wow, that's what I
that
came
was
to mind. That's when I thought Oliver said that, I thought that's what I was going to say.
That was a good one. I remember
Nah,
Zlatan
maybe
scored there
that-
a few years ago as well. It was
That
all
was
right
wipe.
there.
That's
It
all
was all
wipe.
right there.
That's all wipe now. That's all
Yeah,
wipe.
Fellaini,
away,
I think Fellaini had a
That's
last
why
week
to win.
winner.
Bro, Selhurst used to be a decent
Yeah.
place to go to, bro. But now, oh,
Five
No,
man,
years,
all-
bro.
I hate
Zero,
it.
yeah. And even
Nah,
to be
that
fair,
cam.
at home, we haven't. I don't think we've beaten them in a while at home as
Nah,
well.
they've become a bit of a
Nah.
bogey team for us and Liverpool.
But everyone's a bogey team, though. Like, bro, what do you mean? Like bro, everyone. It feels like every
What
week I
did-
see
hey,
on
hey,
this.
remember what I said a while ago? Remember what I said a while ago, right?
Yeah.
I said I look at all of these fixtures and I say, yeah, Allah, I don't know what's going on. I look at them, I don't
Yeah.
see where a win is coming. And then I said, yeah, last week, maybe now I can potentially win against Everton. I'm back to the same place that I was at. I don't
Yeah.
know where our next win is coming from.
Yeah, no, I take it back the
Yeah.
statement. By the way, I take back the statement from last week. I said, yeah, these games are all win. I take it back. I don't
No,
know.
you can't.
I don't know anymore. I take it back. Take it back.
You can't.
I take it back, man. I take it
But it
back,
wouldn't
man.
surprise you if
I
Man
don't-
United won, though, this game, though. It wouldn't surprise you.
Nah, it
The
wouldn't.
thing is, though,
It wouldn't.
Yeah, based on individual
weird.
quality, yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird though, because it could go. I genuinely can't predict it because I don't know what's gonna happen. That's the problem with this Man United team. Every game, you can't predict the performance. You can't predict the results. You can't predict the team. You can't predict anything. So every game you're going in, it's like
Bro.
you're going into the wilderness. You don't know what's gonna happen,
Wilderness.
bro. It's mad.
Someone said
Like,
that,
say-
I remember I was at Old Trafford. Someone said that to me.
Yeah, bro, you're trying to
Someone said
like,
that to you?
Yeah, they said, I'm coming in and I don't know what's happening. And
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
coming in, it's like I've seen
That's
the
crazy.
team for the first time.
it's
ever.
Russian roulette, bro. You're asking us like, what do you think is gonna happen on Sunday and that, bro? I'm trying to find words to explain to you what I think is gonna happen, bro. I genuinely do not know how we're gonna perform, what's gonna happen, if the players are gonna turn up, if this player's gonna have a good game, if not, if Amorim's gonna have a stinker. I don't know, bro.
You know what?
I
You know what?
will have a good game. Mateta will have a good game. No, Gehi will have a good game. These guys, I know they'll
Yeah.
have a good game for sure.
You know what the maddest thing is? I don't know if someone's going to be injured this week. You know, in the press conference, we got Maguire was out. I think Cunha, Christmas lights apparently can't go. And I said, what? Christmas lights what? He said he can't go to Christmas light switch. I said, what do you mean Christmas light switch, bro? Then he's got a head injury. I said, brother, who the hell is beating him up, bro? With the head of the I don't get it. What on earth
right.
is training for him to have a concussion? Yeah, so basically, he was meant to go to Christmas light switch in Altrincham to basically like switch the lights on.
Oh,
So
switch
then
the
they
lights on.
exposed it. Yeah, they exposed it and said that he's got an injury. So basically, he can't make it. And that's how we knew he was injured. But I'm like, in training, right? Like, is it that deep? Like, what are they doing in training to get these like concussions, bro? Like, I get it, you can head the ball and you never know. Like, but bro, like that's normally where you get clattered in the head.
I think
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's a cover up. I think he reverted and he does want to attend Christmas.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo,
He said instead of club.
He
Yeah,
said, "Most shame on you."
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
"What's on the show?"
Yeah,
I saw
Mohamed Cunha. Mohamed Cunha.
By the way,
bro.
His new name is Mohamed
by the
Cunha.
way, Mohamed Cunha is crazy. Yeah, Mohamed Abshir Cunha. Yeah, I like that.
Yo,
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Listen, I was gonna say to you, know how you said they played Strasbourg today and they obviously lost the game. You know, for Man United, that don't matter. It doesn't matter if a team's playing midweek. Wallahi, don't matter. Forget that. You know, when I hear this team playing midweek, I don't care no more. It generally has no impact.
Also, Liban, you
for
know
us,
this
you know-
idea that when coach has one game a week, it's better because you can set with this manager. I think it's worse that we have one game a week. It's worse for us that we fucking on a training ground. Brother, he said, I didn't prepare my team to deal with a man less in the opposition. Son, not all done. You've been here for a year. There was not one moment that you just said, guys, you know what we're going to do actually? We're going to coach actually. What potentially might happen, which actually quite happens often in English football, is someone getting sent off. We're going to play with a man less. They're going to play with a man less. Let's see how it goes. Not one time.
No, you know what the worst thing is? He said after the game, I feel we're going to go back to the feeling last season.
It's my feeling that I don't want to feel like the way I feel last year. I don't want to feel the same way. We'll start winning games then.
Why would you say that, though? Why would you put that energy?
Yeah, but how can you prepare for their own teammate banging a man in the face? You can't prepare for that, man. I hear it. They're coaching, the staff were caught off guard. They said, Allah, throw the taxes out the window. You should see what just happened.
Even if Sunday league coach would say, yo, bring him.
I didn't say he's got to replicate how they got a red card. Just train one player less.
I think he was shocked, and it lasted 80 minutes.
Yeah, man had an 80-minute shock. But listen.
By the way, if Michael Key got sent off as well, do you think we won that game?
No.
No. Do you think we win that game?
I reckon still slaps at bins.
No. I think we hit the post, but we don't get it. It doesn't go in.
By the way, James Garner, man, he showed up our midfield, man, and we sold him for 15 million.
Oh, he's a free transfer. I mean, he's a free agent this summer, by the way.
Nah, he can chill that. Moyes was doing too much at full time, though. I feel like he didn't have a banner flown over the stadium to get him out. He was doing too much, Wallah, at full time.
Yeah.
That guy,
it's the first time he won there in 10 years. It's the first time he's ever won as an opposition manager.
The time Everton won, he was the manager of Man United against Roberto Martinez. Remember,
he's scheme.
He was the manager.
Joke, man.
Listen, I'm gonna say draw. Lee Ben, I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna say United are gonna draw on the weekend. What do you say, Lee Ben?
I'm saying draw as well. I can't lie. I think it's the safest option.
Yeah, Abs.
I don't think I've ever predicted a United loss in my life, so I've been wrong hella recently. Yeah, man, 1-1 draw. Inshallah, we have to pray for the best.
Yeah, we'll say, come on, man, give us a win.
I'm saying 2-1 United, man.
Come on.
Alright, the thing is, I can't lie to you. A draw at Crystal Palace.
Wallahi is better than what I predicted.
Wallahi is not.
I'm not gonna go mad.
I'm not gonna go mad.
It depends on the man.
Performance though. Performance.
If they get 5 men sent off and we draw, then I'm going mad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Performance matters. Performance.
We're not going to go mad, we're saying. You're going to look for another reason to give it an excuse.
Maybe. But hey, that's shocking as well, Abs. Imagine their team starts doing Royal Rumble and they get each other sent off. And then you can't blame Amorim then, bro. That's crazy to witness, bro.
And you see today, social media, they had a little boxing there. Social media. Oh, man, we are finished, man. Let's wrap up.
I don't want to say he's told. He said, did I say Saeed?
Bro, come on, man. Man. They actually do it as a gimmick, bro. I'm like, yo, these man actually didn't care. Like, we're actually being trolled, man. Them.
We are the laughing stock of England. We are the laughing stock of England.
Yeah. Listen, man, people. Make sure you like and subscribe, people. Big up to Liban. You know what I mean? The draft is out now. Go check it out on his channel, man. It was fun. I can't lie to you, Liban. That was
good video. Well, I enjoyed it, bro. I can't lie to you. I probably enjoyed it.
Spoiler, I won. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Liban Santi messaged me, you know. He said he's on to me.
Yeah, I know. He's he was feeling the type of way still.
Come on.
Chill out, Santi, man. Chill out, man.
More people to rap Abs. Come on.
Yeah.
Twice is fucked. He's gonna kill me.
Big up Abs as well, man. Love as always, man.
I appreciate you guys, man. Match reactions, all that kind of good stuff. Come check out the channel, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Do good stuff over there. And big up Hussein, man, as well, man. Big up to you always. You know what, man? That transition for the Wi-Fi, all-timer.
Come on, bro.
Nah, all-timer. That's an all-timer,
bro. Done. You don't thought I was gone. You don't know. I got a PT guy under the desk here. Not like that.
Time out.
End of the show, man.